I don't care about Horizon Forbidden West. Oh yeah, you heard it right. Kind of a rough way to start a video, but not a night rough. It's a fine game. However, I don't really think it is that great. Now, you might be wondering, who the fuck is this smart-ass, dumb-ass, filthy Frank-looking-ass guy even saying? What's his name? Boner TV? What? Does he have a boner? Does he have a permanent boner? Well, yes, it is a disease that leads to boner. And secondly, hang on tight and you might agree with my points on Horizon Forbidden West. Or you might not, and I will hate you for that. I will hate you even more if you don't like and subscribe, of course, so it's all on you. Oh, but yeah, I'm gonna go straight up to the point. Horizon is overrated. Yes, I said it. What you gonna do about it, huh? Make a depressive slut even more depressive? That's what I thought. Bitch. The game starts off horrifically wrong, if that's even a word. It has probably one of the worst first hour that I have ever played in any game in my entire life. Maybe I'm being a little harsh and nitty-bitty suck on my pee-pee, but I just couldn't stand walking with this dude that I didn't give a single F word about. Just please shut the hell up, man, I can't hear you anymore. It was all so boring and meaningless, and sadly, as I kept going through the game, I found out that the boring, meaningless aspect was there to stay. And I think that mainly it is because of the open world that it is put in, and the side activities that I was supposed to do to enjoy the game on its full potential. As you can see, a lot of fingers being used here, and that's what I want to focus this video about. Not my fingers, but the type of open world and the side activities of Horizon Forbidden West. By the way, this is not a full-on review, and I'm not a professional, as you can clearly see, so I'm only going to focus on the open world shit. But just so you know, yes, the game is tremendously beautiful, really fun, cool story, but, and the big but, this is not everything on a game. And the things I am going to talk about just made Horizon feel like another shitty open world game, one that I played over and over again through the past decade. So, how am I gonna put this? Most of the things in Horizon don't suck, at least not on the first glance. The mechanics are pretty fun. It's similar to how it was on the first installment, so it couldn't really go wrong. It even added stuff to the already fun gameplay. Cool! It's literally the best part of the game. But the problem is that, in the majority of the times, they don't really know when to stop. Or maybe they do know when to stop, and it just don't, because the game has to have endless stuff to do so it fulfills the need of, well, look at this video game, 100-hour plus content, there's so much stuff to do in it, you will spend your fucking entire life on this stupid game. And that is a bit sad, to be honest. Horizon is a game full of potential, and that can be seen on some of its side activities. Some side missions, talnaks and cauldrons, but only on some activities, because there are a lot of garbage ones. Annoying ones. What a waste of my time, man, come on! Ones. And honestly, it didn't need them. Not at all. In my point of view, I much prefer to do something creative, different than just playing through some dumb section just to make the game endure more hours. That's just my view on video games, of course. However, I'm gonna give you an example. There are 17 enemy outposts, at least that's what the Wikipedia told me, that you can go and kill everyone inside and shit. And I have only done like 5. Because, you know, I did 5 of them, and I noticed an interesting fact. They were exactly the same. All of them. Yeah, the terrain and the buildings were kind of different, but killing a guy with a bow and arrow on a shack made of wood, and then 5 minutes later on a shack made of rock, it's essentially the same thing. Well, at least in video games. In real life, bloodstains are much harder to take off wood. On the opposite side, there are only 5 talnaks in the entire game, and when I finished them, I actually wanted more. You wanna know why? Because they were actually all different from one another. I know, right? What? Whoa! They used cool mechanics, where you needed to engage with the terrain, with the wildlife, to overcome your mission. Just a quick spoiler of one of the talnaks, it's nothing special. On one of the talnaks you had to literally stick anchors on the body of the big boy so he falls, and only then you can climb on top of the beast. That's cool, pretty cool actually. So why can't they just do like 7 to 8 outposts and use unique and cool ideas to defeat them? Take this as an example. You arrive at an outpost that's above the sea, and you have to, I don't know, destroy its bases so it weakens its forces. You have to use wildlife, you have to use talnaks that you captured early. These are just some examples, but I think that creating a game with a quality over quantity mentality leads to a much better experience with the game on the long run. Of course, this is not a problem that only Horizon faces. A lot of games suffer from this type of shit. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. Dying Light, Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, Days Gone, Spider-Man, Ghost of Tsushima, Batman, Just Cause. The list goes on. And yes, Horizon isn't the worst case on the video game industry. As I said, in its core, Forbidden West, it's pretty damn fun. It has some kind of identity. It just gets lost trying to follow an already overused game formula for the open world games, which is what I want to talk about now. The fucking stupid open world formula shit. Okay, I get it. It's a good formula. It worked back in the day. Far Cry nailed it. But for fuck's sake, please stop. It's enough. I've been playing the same game for the past decade. What the fuck? Why don't developers innovate? It shouldn't be that hard if they tried. Yes, Horizon is beautiful as fuck. It's the first new next-gen game, even though I played it on the PlayStation 4. Poor, yes, poor. But I saw its true potential on YouTube videos, so I'm allowed to make this point. There are a lot of biomes and cool stuff, big trees and big dinosaurs, cool scenario, but why? Why does it need to be so fucking bloated with pinpoints? Like, look at this. I lose interest in doing things. I can't just go like, yeah, of course, look at these 1000 points, I'm so happy to do it all. It's all so fun, yay! No. When I see all this crap, honestly, I just want to turn off the map and follow the main path to the endgame. It's always, oh, I want to do a side mission, I better go to this giant exclamation point. Oh, I want to kill enemies, better go to this enemy camp. It's all so boring and it breaks immersion. And no, to solve this problem, you can't just eliminate the markers. At least I don't think that's how it works. If at the end of the 5th enemy outpost, I notice that they are all the same, I'm just going to stop them anyway, even if it's marked on the map or not. I think that the trick is to make things fun, diverse, and somewhat intriguing, so we don't need markers, and we are driven by our own curiosity and feel of exploring the world. But wait, there is a game that does this, and does this exceptionally well, and it got really popular recently. Wanna know what game I'm talking about? Exactly, Assassin's Creed Elden Ring. Even though on the endgame, things kinda get a little repetitive, the sense of exploration and always striving to find something new is always there. I found myself wandering in the lands between for hours on end without seeing the time pass by, just because I was so immersed on exploring and finding new cool stuff to do. A new boss, a giant turtle, a dungeon, or just some little rock serpents. Everything caught my attention because everything that I found throughout the game was not only diverse, but mysterious and fun to do. It was almost that every single activity that I did had meaning, even if it was the most random and meaningless thing. Talking about things without meaning, I'm sorry to interrupt. Why on earth, or hell, or whatever the fuck, do I need to press and hold triangle to pick shit up? And worst, why do I fucking stop walking in a game where you literally do this? Unfortunately, in my opinion, I think that Horizon fails on making things as interesting, as diverse, as unique, and therefore, on the long run, it makes the game not as much fun. And I say on the long term because, as I said previously, the mechanics of Horizon are indeed really fun. Taking down an enemy outpost is fun. Doing a random quest just because yes is fun. But after the 3rd or 4th time making the same shit over and over again, it starts getting boring.
And meaningless.
And I say meaningless not because of the weapons and attachments that you get from completing tasks. Those are actually pretty cool and you are rewarded for doing stuff. Every mission rewards you well with gear. I'm talking about the reward of fulfillment. The feeling of, oh, I did something actually pretty cool. The feeling of, oh, I discovered it all by myself. When I finished the Tallneck, it was not only good in terms of progression, but it also rewarded me in a sense of, whoa, what a cool thing that I just did. And the Caldrons, they did this fairly well too. They were all different from one another, and I always wanted to do more of them. The point is, in a game full of meaningless things to do, these small gems don't quite cover it up, and left me with a feeling after beating the game of, well, yeah, cool game. So what's next? I just hope that with the success of Elden Ring and Zelda Breath of the Wild, publishers and developers alike start seeing open world type games with different eyes and start actually making them, you know, open. And not only open on the fact that you can go anywhere, I mean that's the bare minimum of an open world game. I mean open in your choices as well. Open in the way you want to interact with the world. Open so your curiosity and sense of discovery can thrive. And ultimately, open to how you want to play the game. Before I end this video, I will say that this channel will probably continue, and I will focus on these types of videos of talking about something in a video game that bothers me or that I like, or a topic in general, but mostly focused on video games. But I will also do full-on and proper reviews. Proper. So yeah, thanks for watching, and subscribe and like and shit and whatever, and see you on the next one.